Imagine living in a world where the story of your people is being rewritten, erased, or dismissed, and knowing that it is your responsibility to preserve it. In Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's The Headstrong Historian, we follow Nawama, a determined woman in colonial Nigeria, and her descendants as they fight to preserve their culture, history, and dignity against the sweeping tides of change. The story is a journey across generations, blending resilience, identity, and the courage it takes to ensure that history remembers the truth. The story begins with Nawama, a woman of extraordinary willpower and intelligence, living in the shadow of colonial Nigeria. She is fiercely protective of her family and deeply committed to her people's traditions. Yet, the world around her is shifting. Missionaries, colonial administrators, and new ways of life challenge the beliefs and customs that have defined her community for generations. Nawama is headstrong. That is stubborn, yes, but also insightful. She recognizes the subtle ways in which her culture is being undermined. She insists on preserving her family's land, traditions, and values after often clashing with both outsiders and her own kin. Adichie portrays Nawama as a caricature of resistance but as a layered character whose strength and flaws make her deeply human. As the story progresses, we see the legacy of her determination unfold through her daughter and the granddaughter. The younger generation navigates a world that is both familiar and radically changed. The daughter struggles to maintain her identity and amid colonial influences, while the granddaughter, a historian in her own right, works to document and reclaim the stories that have been erased and distorted. Adichie's narrative is powerful because it spans generation without losing intimacy. We experience the same village, the same family, and the same struggles across time. The headstrong historian emerges as both a literal and symbolic figure, a custodian of memory, an advocate for truth, and a bridge between the past and the present. The story is rich with tension. That is, we have battles over land, dispute within the family, and the subtle encroachment of colonialism. Yet it is also a story of hope, continuity, and resilience. Through Nawama and her descendants, we see how courage and determination can preserve culture and keep people together. Adichie's writing invites the listener to reflect on the power of memory, the responsibility of storytelling, and the strength it takes to stand firm when the world is moving in a different direction. The narrative is layered, emotional, and cinematic, perfect for immersive storytelling that draws the listener into the lives of these remarkable women. The Headstrong Historian is a celebration of resilience, cultural pride, and the power of memory. It reminds us that story is not just written by the victors, it is preserved by those courageous enough to tell the truth and pass it on. If this story inspired you or made you reflect on family, legacy, and courage in the face of change, like this video, subscribe to Top Reads Reviews, and share your thoughts in the comment section. Which story from the thing around you next should we explore next? Your choice could guide our next deep dive into Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's unforgettable tales. Thank you and bye-bye for now.